Welcome to this podcast, Design Your Life. My name is Erwin Meja. I'm a designer and entrepreneur. If you are interested by design, skills and investment, you are in the right place. I'm here to help you to reach the next level, the next skills. Let's get started. Today, it's very important to share you these 5 important things you need to know before to get your first job, start your first career. So let's get started. There's a big difference between theoretical and practical and the real context in a different company and design agency or other international companies. When you start your career, maybe you're wondering a lot of questions about yourself. When I started my first job, I had a lot of questions. I was graduate in industrial design. In the company, the context is very different. It's very important to realize this. 5 things I want to share you when you start your first job, your first career. Number 1, you need confidence in your first job. There's a lot of people who doesn't have this privilege to be confident, and I understand you. Maybe you are an introvert people, but it's not easy for you to have connection with people, with your colleague. About communication, it's very important to have abilities and skills in a company or a design agency. I started my career in a German company. It was an opportunity, but I had to be faced with this adversity of language. I didn't was so confident with the new language I was to learn. German is a very interesting language to learn, but at the beginning it was very difficult for me to consider to have connection with my new colleague. Yes, I didn't speak German. Number 2, when you start your career, you have to be faced to the time 24 hours a day. You need to be patient and to try to follow the process of your company. When you start your first job, your first career, you have a function in this company, in intern. You have to work. You have to do what you have to do in this lapse of time. You have a deadline, a retro planning, and you have to plan your day, your time, your activity, your function to finish your work every end of the single day. It's not easy to consider this when you start. Try to understand how your time is worked. If you work slowly, time could work against you. If you plan every activity you could do in your day of working, I think you could become more efficient work because you could miss a lot of time. For a lot of worker, it's not enough. We need to learn a lot of soft skills, hard skills. It's a discovering year because we learn a lot. We learn to learn different soft skills and hard skills, and for a beginner, it's not easy. Number 3, let's talk about work-life balance. For many employers who are working in intern, to have 8 hours of working is not enough. Maybe you had to work after work. A lot of people experience the telework. It's very important to do break after to work. Time is very precious, and I think it's very important to make a balance between your professional life and your personal life. When you go back home, you need to spend time with your family, children. It's very important to take this time with yourself. Pandemic time, economic crisis, and lockdown has a big consequence on a lot of people who work on telework. The problem and impact, they don't do the balance between their professional work and their personal life. They don't spend time with their family because it's very important to make balance between your professional life, 8 hours of working in the company or design agency. Maybe you need to take time, go for a walk, read a book, or other activities you love. A lot of worker or employers in the lockdown time work so hard. With the lockdown, with this pandemic time and crisis, I think there's a big consequence on a lot of employees and workers. And I realize there's a lot of students at the university were very impacted. Their psychology were very impacted by the several lockdown we experienced. Number 4, when you start your work, you have a big responsibility with your work colleagues, your companies or design agency, with your clients, customers or user if you work as an industrial designer. It's very important to accept your own responsibility to be an employer. Number 5, a lot of people miss discipline, courage to quit their comfort zone, to manage themselves, to work in telework. A lot of people fall in depression, anxiety, and burnout. They need connection with people, with their colleagues, with their company. They need this management to work efficiently, to be productive, creative, and to be inspired by each other. Every worker time in teleworking this long period has a big consequence on every employee's work at home, whatever the advantage, with different tools in video conference and with different interface and apps who allow communication and connection, make it easy. If you have any questions about design, skills and investment, don't forget to comment below. Tell me which content you want to see in my YouTube channel. You can visit my website in the description. Bye.